Online travel agencies are some of the most recognizable brands in the world, and yet they don't actually have very strong brand loyalty. That sounds contradictory, especially when we look at how dominant they are in the industry, which raises an important question. If travelers are not really loyal to OTAs, how do they get so many bookings? In this video I want to explore why brand alone is not the reason, and how OTAs turned what should have been one of their biggest weaknesses into one of their biggest strengths. So let's look at how OTAs actually work. Their entire business model is built around one thing: a booking happening on their platform. They don't make money from searches, from browsing or inspiration. They only make money from completed bookings. And this creates an interesting challenge because searching for a hotel and booking a hotel are two very different stages in the guest journey. A guest might search today, compare options, even save a few hotels, and only make the actual booking a few days later. If that booking doesn't happen on the OTA, they earn nothing. And since OTAs are both discovery platforms and booking engines, they have this structural problem because they get a lot of website traffic from guests who are searching and comparing, but they are not ready to book yet. So they needed a strategy to bring these people back once they are ready to book. Otherwise, they will get no commissions. This is where many people assume that they achieve this with their brand alone, but brand recognition and brand loyalty are not the same thing. People recognize Booking.com or Expedia, but they are not necessarily loyal to them. Most travelers are simply looking for the best deal when they are finally ready to book, whether it's on Expedia or Booking.com or on the direct channel. To understand the difference, let's look at Airbnb, because Airbnb actually has real brand loyalty. People don't just recognize the brand, search on their platform and book elsewhere later. They prefer the whole Airbnb experience, so they will naturally come back to complete their reservation on the platform. A few years ago, Airbnb tested this and reduced their advertising spend significantly, and bookings still went up. That's what true brand loyalty looks like, and OTAs don't have this. So instead of relying on loyalty, what OTAs do is that they show up very aggressively at the bottom of funnel with performance marketing. They invest so heavily in retargeting ads, branded search terms, meta search visibility, and they highly optimize their booking flows. They realize that their brand is enough to drive top of funnel traffic and build middle of funnel trust and credibility. So their only focus is to be visible at the exact moment the guest is ready to book, instead of trying to win the relationship and make guests loyal to their brand. And this is where it connects directly back to hotels. In the previous video, I talked about the marketing double spend problem, where hotels pay to attract guests, but many of these guests end up booking through an OTA. It turns out that OTAs face the same risk, but in reverse, because guests can easily discover hotels on OTAs, but later book directly with the hotel. The difference is that OTAs are built to defend against this problem, but hotels, in most cases, are not. OTAs defend themselves by dominating the bottom of funnel, but hotels can't compete here. The bottom of funnel is the most competitive and expensive place to compete. OTAs have massive data, huge budgets, years of optimization, and dedicated teams focus purely on conversion and optimizing the bottom of funnel. For hotels, trying to compete directly at this level is extremely difficult, and in some cases it's simply not realistic, especially when there is a short time between initial search and the booking, or in other words, there is a short booking window. For example, like airport hotels, one-night stays, or last-minute bookings. In these cases, guests want speed, familiarity, and convenience. There is no time to build trust or explain value, and in these moments, OTAs win fairly. But when the booking window is longer, for example leisure trips, resorts, or higher value stays, everything changes. Now the decision becomes more emotional. Guests research, they compare, and they imagine the experience. And this is where hotels should have the advantage, because now there is time to build trust, there is time to explain value, and there is time to position direct booking as the best option. And to achieve this, the middle of funnel is the best strategy. So to summarize, OTAs struggle with the same problem that hotels struggle with, which is that if there is a big time gap between discovery and booking, they need a strategy to bring back people once they are ready to book. Otherwise, they are risking on losing the booking to competitors. This is a structural problem of how bookings work in the industry, and OTAs don't overcome this problem by relying only on their brand. Their brand is extremely strong, and it drives website traffic and builds trust with travelers. But in order to get conversions, they need to optimize for bottom of funnel with performance marketing. Hotels, on the other hand, try to compete on value, but without the middle of funnel, they never get enough time with the guest to show that their direct booking offer is more valuable. And as a result, marketing ROI looks worse than it should. Commissions just keep rising and hotels lose bookings they already paid to generate. A middle of funnel doesn't magically eliminate OTAs, but it does naturalize their bottom of funnel optimization, especially when the booking window is long enough. In my next and final video of this series, I will look at the economics behind direct bookings. What I'm curious about is, are direct bookings actually cheaper than OTAs once you factor in all of the marketing costs, or are we underestimating what direct bookings actually cost? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in that next video.